Hey everybody, what's going on? Pruitt here. Hope you're doing well. I'm unbelievable as always. Wanted to take another look at a nice mobile photography editor. It's called Polarr. Now, if you look back at my previous videos, I had written up a nice little review about Polarr, the web photo editor. Yes, it was available on the web. You could use it on Windows, you could use it on Mac, but you could even use it on a Chromebook. That's what got my interest because I'm a Chromebook user and I wanted a photo editor that was pretty powerful and it's going to allow me to manipulate my images to my liking, with a lot of different detail and a lot of different effects. And Polarr did a really good job with that. So recently they've been working on their mobile game and trying to get apps out there for your smart devices and mobile devices and so forth. So today it has been launched for the wonderful world of Android. Caveat, you have to have an Android device that's running version Lollipop. That's version 5. So I'm going to take a look at it because I have a Nexus 6 running the latest version of Android. And I'm going to show you what I like about Polarr, what I don't like about Polarr, and give you my final thoughts on this nice mobile photo editor. So let's flip over to my screen. Alright, so first thing is this app, I think it loads a little bit slow when you first launch it. Besides that, let's look at just this very first screen. I am holding my Nexus 6 in my hand in portrait mode, if you will. But my screen is oriented to landscape mode. Why is that? Why is it not flipped to the way that I'm holding it? So I'm going to have to change my own screen display here so it'll look right for you guys. Alright, so that's better. And now I'm going to flip over and just skip through all of these little different tips and tricks that they share. I don't need any of that. I got a decent idea on how to use it. But anyway, so first off, I'm going to click on this button right there at the top. And it'll light up and say import from your album. So that's what I'll click. I think this particular app here, I think this particular photo will work. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Just like any other photo editor, you have all of your different adjustments. If you're starting over on the right hand side, you got your color. If you tap on that, so you have a few different options for adjusting the color. And also you could take a look at something like the lighting levels, also known as exposure and white balance and brightness and so forth. And it's fairly intuitive. You just tap on your particular item, and when you want to adjust something such as the brightness, in my particular case here, I'll tap on the brightness, and then what'll happen will be a little slider or meter will pop out on the side there, and you can just slide your finger up and down the screen to adjust it. So as I'm sliding up, the brightness goes up. As I'm sliding down, the brightness goes down. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But what I thought was cool was if I wanted to adjust the brightness without having to use the slider, I could just hold down the brightness option there. Let's see if I can pull this off. Yeah, you hold it down and you can slide your phone using you can tilt your phone using the gyroscope left or right, and it will make all of the adjustments for you. Pretty neat trick. All right, and also you have a lot of different custom filters that are built in over on this right hand side. So if you don't feel like going through all of the manual adjustments, just swipe through a different filter, pick one, and your photo will change. Another thing that I like about this is the cropping feature. This is something that Polarr gets right that Adobe got wrong inside of Lightroom Mobile, and I gotta give Polarr their credit. You can just slide the guide around just like you normally would on any other photo editor. Good job. Something simple. They didn't try to screw that up. And when you're done, you just click done on it. Now, there are some other features that are built into the application inside of Polarr, such as graduated filters and radial filters. You have those options inside of the mobile app as well. So if you want, you can just click up here for the radial, but unfortunately, this thing is locked down. Wah, wah. But you can unlock this, and this is something that I don't like. If I want to unlock this particular feature, it gives you a pop-up that doesn't say, hey, you need to go buy these particular features and add-ons. No, to get these features and add-ons, you have to, in my opinion, spam your friends. I don't like that. I don't like having to push this app on someone else just in order for me to get all of the use out of it. What if you had to do that for every application? You know, I like to use stuff like Adobe Illustrator or Lightroom or Word or whatever. And if I wanted to get extra features out of those particular services, am I going to have to email other people about this app just to be able to do copy and paste? You know what I'm saying? I didn't particularly care for using that option. So my opinion, you folks should just have a paid version or a light version versus a pro version. I do like the fact that they have all of the extra EXIF data up at the top of the screen here to let you know what else is going on with your photo, as well as a little histogram. You click on that and it pops up. A lot of photographers like to use the histogram when they're editing. I don't use it as much. I'm not that sharp, but it's still a nice tool to have, you know, at my disposal if I really needed it. Lastly, what I don't like, that whole orientation thing. So I'm going to flip my screen to portrait mode. And when you flip it to portrait mode, I do like that you get this whole before and after look, but it is a little bit of a pain in the rear end to have to look at before and after in only this perspective and not be able to edit in this perspective. Some people can edit in portrait mode. I do from time to time, depends on the shot, but that's just their thing. But anyway, that's the Polarr mobile photography app. I like it. I think they just need to tweak a handful of things. It doesn't hurt to try this app out because it's free. So look up Polarr, that's Polarr, and check out this nice little mobile photography editor. I'm Pruitt, and I appreciate you watching. Peace.